Ah, that hurt.
All right, and we are live with a WWE Elimination Chamber review. Tonight we had the Elimination Chamber special, where we saw Ambrose and Rollins for the world title. We saw an IC title Elimination Chamber match, a tag team title Elimination Chamber match. We also saw a Divas match, Bo versus Neville, and Daniel Bryan making a return on Miz TV on the pre-show. I'm here with my buddy Dave, live on Google Hangout, and I'm also streaming live on Periscope. So appreciate everybody who's tuning in on Periscope and on the Google Hangout. I am Tony, with my co-host as always, the Bizarre One, Dave. How you doing tonight, Dave?
Hey, good, and hey, Periscope people. I mean, this has been fun. We started getting into this a little bit. Me earlier this week, you and our other friend Justin got into it as well. I seen he put out a review on Periscope.
Oh, he did? I have to go check that out. Kind of new to this Periscope thing, so please follow.
It's
fun. We do reviews often. We do Raw reviews. We also do TNA reviews if anybody is interested in TNA. We were going to probably start doing ROH reviews on Wednesdays, and we always do pay-per-view reviews as well. So let's just get started with let's start with the pre-show where we saw Daniel Bryan make his return after a couple of weeks onto Elimination Chamber. He was on Miz TV, and basically kind of promoted his book that's coming out in a couple of weeks. Pretty much did the same thing with his DVD, and he announced that his career is on. I'm sorry?
Did they mention the DVD at all?
You know what? Maybe they didn't. I figured they would have, but maybe they didn't.
I don't know. On Tuesday, so it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will tomorrow.
But they did push his book a lot. They did mention his book a lot. And he did tell the WWE fans that his career is not over, that he's not medically cleared yet, and that when he is, he will be back into the ring.
Yeah, but I hate to say this, but we've heard a lot of rumors about if he does come back, and hopefully he does, it won't be a full-time capacity. It'll be part-time. So SummerSlam, WrestleMania season might be the only time we really see him. So take that with a grain of salt. It could be true or it could not.
Don't say that, Justin. I'm sure your review was pretty good. Don't say that. But it was a nice opening. You got to see Daniel Bryan. It was a little feel-good moment, especially saying that his career is not over. Even if it's at a part-time, basis, so be it. As long as he is on TV and back again. But man, let's just jump into the special that it was. First, we had the tag team Elimination Chamber. That started off the show. We had the Los Matadores, Primetime Players, New Day with all three members involved, Cesaro and Kid, the Ascension, the Lucha Dragons, and what team am I missing, Dave? And
Those Matadors. Matadors?
No, I said them.
Primetime Matadors, New Day, Kid and Cesaro. Who are we missing?
The Ascension. Lucha Dragons. I guess, I don't know, whoever. Anyways, this match, it was unique in its own way. It's the first time you've ever had an Elimination Chamber involving.
I thought it was great.
I thought the match was pretty good. I was expecting a little bit more high-flying stuff, a little bit more stuff off the top of the cage. You only really saw one of the Lucha guys go up there, which was Kalisto. I thought that was a pretty cool spot. He climbed up all the way to the top of the chamber and fell on everybody, which was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah. I don't really care because you're going to get hurt doing crap like that. I mean, because it doesn't look that great in that, when Morrison did it, it looked really weird too. And then when he did it, he was like, he was like afraid to come down at first. He's just swinging back and forth, swinging back and forth.
Right. It looked like
almost
for a minute there, Kalisto didn't look like he didn't know what the hell he wanted to do.
Yeah.
but
scared out of his mind.
Right. The Lucha Dragons were first to. No, I'm sorry. The Los Matadores were first to be eliminated. Then Lucha Dragons. Then the Ascension. Then Cesaro and Kid were eliminated by the Primetime Players.
I assumed it would have came down to New Day versus Cesaro and Kid. It would be those three versus them.
Yeah, and it ended up not being that way. It looks like that right at this moment, that the Primetime Players are getting a nice little push.
I like it because this is the best I've ever seen them in the ring, period.
Yeah,
New Day as well. Best I've seen them was tonight.
Yeah, New Day had all three members involved. They did end up getting the victory. They're still the tag team champions. I'm not gonna say. I'll definitely say that they're probably not going to have another one of these. That's for sure. I just think it's too much of a risk of people getting injured. And
chamber match?
Tag team chamber match.
I think they will because it was a huge success. I think they will.
All right. Well, I mean, it
was huge.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said it was a huge success. I think the fans. Well, like you guys pointed out before, Corpus Christi isn't the greatest place to do stuff like this, but all in all, I think this match was a huge success, and I think they will consider doing this again if they do another chamber match next year. Which it had a War Games feel to it, where you had people coming in and out, and it kind of felt like War Games a little bit, like the old WCW days. And you could do something similar to that if they really wanted to, which would be an awesome idea.
Right. And, hats off to everybody. The Ascension looked strong because they eliminated, I think, 2 tag teams. Who else? The Primetime Players look good. I mean, all in all,
they look
pretty good match. New Day.
Do we have 2 Money in the Bank matches, and you said maybe a Money in the Bank tagged ladder match for the tag titles?
No, that would be something else right there.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next match, which was kind of stuck in a hard spot, which was the Divas match for the women's.
And I was talking earlier. I was like, man, they're gonna get put right after the chamber match, and just no one's gonna care.
Right.
And really, no one cared.
Yeah, they were kind of stuck. Oh, let's drop the phone. They were kind of stuck in a hard spot.
Paige took a bad bump too. I hope she's all right.
Yeah, Paige took a little nasty bump, and
kind of hurting Karana where she landed. She fell late and just landed. Looked like right on her head.
Yeah, I thought this match was going to be better. The match to me wasn't the greatest.
Hey, it wasn't Sable versus Tori Wilson, but I mean, it wasn't horrible.
Definitely wasn't horrible. I was surprised to see Naomi not win the title. I thought actually she was going.
We also got to look at what month is it? It's May. It's a free month. They're not going to give anybody a new champion. You already got one tonight. So, with the title, the Intercontinental title being up vacant or whatever they want to call it, in abeyance. But that's what they got. I mean, you got a new champion tonight. They're not going to give you a bunch of new champions on a free month. A pay-per-view that 2 times in 1 month. They're not going to give you new champions at all. SummerSlam's when you get new champions in WrestleMania.
Right. All in all, Divas match could have been better. It wasn't the greatest. Nikki Bella retains the title. No heel turn with Brie Bella, which would look like it at first when she comes down to the ring.
Why bring her out then? If she's not going to turn on her, why even bring her out?
Good point. I mean,
that was planned. They were just pushed for time
to get that feel good moment, I guess. But
maybe it was planned to turn her heel, but they said, okay, we're really pushed for time tonight, so let's just move on.
Yeah, maybe we see a heel turn tomorrow. But let's get to the match of the night, match of the year, possibly.
Yes.
Wow. Kevin Owens taking on John Cena. Champion versus champion. U.S. title. U.S. champion John Cena versus NXT champion Kevin Owens. Wow. What a match.
This is Kevin Owens' first match, really, though. Because every other match he's had that were on a live special or an NXT special, he's never finished the match because he's knocked Zayn out twice. So those matches never had an ending. And I was looking for Owens to walk outside the ring and walk around like he does in the NXT matches. He didn't do that. He stood straight in the ring and went right at Cena.
Yeah. And
I was looking for that. I mean, sure, you were too. Okay, I was thinking, Owens is going to walk outside the ring and sucker Cena in. No, he didn't. He stood right in there and wrestled him. And wow, that was an awesome match. I mean,
it was a really good.
It went probably 30 minutes long.
Yeah, counters after counters. I mean, each of them did their finisher.
Move off the top rope. I mean, wow.
Yeah, he countered a superplex into some kind of, I don't even know what you will call that, like a reversed superplex off the rope.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy.
Oh, sorry about that notification. I mean, that was like huge props to John Cena. As much as I don't like him, this guy, since he's won the U.S. title, has put on some excellent matches on Raw. He has been putting over talent each night. I mean, Sami Zayn. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah, but he didn't put him over, but I mean, this was Zayn's first match the WWE on a pay-per-view, and John Cena took the loss. And I expected Cena to kick out of the Papa Powerbomb and beat him. Honestly, I did. I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen. I mean, and really, during this match, I'm like, if Cena wins, I really don't care. This match is awesome.
I thought maybe two things could have happened. I thought maybe Kevin Owens lose by disqualification. Like he feels that he's going to lose the match, and grabs the ref or he grabs the title and hits John Cena with it. Or two, which I think the crowd and the internet would have marked the hell out if Samoa Joe came out, distracted Kevin Owens, and John Cena got the win. I did not expect Owens to win. I did not expect him to win clean. This match was really, really good. I would go back and watch this match. This match.
I am too.
WWE Network. $9.99 didn't give this match any justice. It was a really good match. Probably one of the best matches I've seen all year. Not trying.
And we found out during this match that in the commentary and during this match at least was great. And even find out the King talking about how I was in the ring with Kevin Owens. I know how he is. I was like, wow. I never knew that either. And it was just like one of those things like you didn't know. And everyone kept putting over John Cena, and the King actually put over Kevin Owens.
Right. And they announced after the match, or later on in the night, that there will be a rematch at Money in the Bank between John Cena and Kevin Owens. If everybody hasn't heard that, pretty much Kevin Owens has been signed to the main roster. Not technically on the roster, but I think he's been signed on to like August, I guess, to make appearances onto the main roster.
Yeah. Because he'll lose the title, I assume, to Samoa Joe at the next special.
So this man is ready. This man does not need.
He was ready when he walked in the door.
Yeah, doesn't need to be on NXT. It's a privilege for us to see him on NXT. This man deserves to be on the main roster. This man needs to be.
Is this gonna hurt if we lose these guys? You think?
I'm sorry?
Does this hurt NXT because there's rumors of Finn Balor, Sami Zayn all getting called up really fast?
I don't think so because WWE is bringing in more and more talent. Like, it's crazy.
And there's rumors out there of like older veterans coming into NXT. Like you got Samoa Joe now, in case you don't know. And there's rumors of AJ Styles possibly coming for next year because they want for their global tour next year. They want AJ Styles on their NXT tour. So I mean,
the sky's the limit for NXT right now. I think once they lose someone, they always push in someone, and it's gonna suck losing Kevin Kevin Owens off NXT. But then again, we're going to probably gain, 2 or 3 more guys on the roster, which will be excellent. I'm excited. Definitely excited to see what happens tomorrow night on Raw. And it should be a really good rematch, I would assume. So let's move on. Don't want to make this video too long because we'll be back tomorrow night.
Yes.
Next is the Neville versus Bo Dallas match. And these two guys do have history from NXT. Neville was the one who knocked off Bo Dallas to become the NXT champion. Bo Dallas, because he lost, had to leave NXT, which made him go to the main roster. And it was a good match. Neville gets the win. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with Bo or Neville. I know they announced that Neville will be in the Money in the Bank.
Was just because they didn't want to use Orton or Reigns tonight. And so what they did was they had, okay, we're going to redo your guys' little rivalry and put it on the show because this is an NXT heavy card. And it really was. I mean, Lucha Dragons, The Ascension, all came, Big E, Woods, all came from NXT.
Right.
I mean, all these guys came from NXT, and that is a really heavy card on NXT. So, I mean, Rollins, the first ever NXT champion.
So, Neville versus Bo, solid match. Neville gets the win. He's going to be involved in the Money in the Bank, which is in 2 weeks. So, I mean, pretty heavy wrestling the next couple of weeks. But let's move on because we only have 2 matches left to talk about. And the one, I think the main event, we got a lot to talk about. And let's go to the IC Chamber match, which was Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth, Ryback, and Sheamus. If nobody knew before the Chamber was came on tonight, they announced that Rusev was not medically cleared to wrestle tonight. I think he fractured his ankle or foot on SmackDown this past Thursday against Ryback. So not able to perform tonight. So in his replacement was, drumroll, Mark Henry, which I never even thought of because he does live in Texas. It makes sense if you're going to throw someone into the match to have him lose. Might as well be someone who's not going to be in probably a storyline anytime soon, which is Mark Henry. I thought
I was thinking, if not Bray Wyatt, I mean, they had The Miz and Daniel Bryan going back and forth. Maybe you would have The Miz come in and win it and him and Bryan feud. But, yeah.
I thought the IC Chamber match wasn't the greatest.
Better?
It was kind of...
Oh, I thought you were saying it was better than the tag team one.
No, definitely not.
I don't think
it was the best match at all. Probably out of all the matches on the card, I think that was probably the weakest. Just because I was expecting more.
I mean, I don't think it was the weakest. I think that Divas match is pretty weak.
Well, with the expectations coming into that match, it being an Elimination Chamber match, I was expecting more. Why am I watching it? I don't know.
I mean, it probably should have started the show.
I figured it would be a little bit more violent, a little bit more high risk, but it really wasn't. I mean, the only guy that really got his ass kicked was Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, he really.
R-Truth too. I guess you could throw him in there too. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. The last 2 guys in the match, which probably nobody would expect, was Ryback and Sheamus. And Ryback becomes the new Intercontinental Champion.
Which surprised me. You know?
I think it surprised everybody.
Because the way Sheamus came out, I mean, he had his chamber locked. People kept saying he locked it where it wouldn't open. I think that's what no one was catching. You know he had it was jammed where it wouldn't open.
Yeah, he put his necklace into the little slot to where it wouldn't be able to open, even though the rest were trying their hardest. Which was a very smart idea. He made it. It kind of stalled about 5 to 6 minutes.
I mean, I was like, oh, it's perfect. He's gonna win this easily because everyone's dead on their feet.
Exactly, and I don't know if it's because he's doing a movie now or it's.
I mean, because knowing how long the movie and how long his part is in this movie. Maybe that's why, because he'll go away for a little while. And, I mean, Sheamus really showed some bruises too in that match. You could really tell on him.
Yeah, I really thought the match was good. I thought,
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been better, and that's what I think. I thought.
I don't think there was a lot enough like credible competitors in that match for the IC title. I mean, maybe that's just me. Like Rusev, when they lost Rusev, it almost hurt the match. I think. Hello? Hello?
Dave. David. Shit.